Tashi Chöpel, Tashi Dele Rinpoche, what is the true nature of our mind? It is a matter or an energy? I'm not a scientist and I will not pretend to be one. Let's be clear from the beginning. What I know and what I read from the text and the teachings of my predecessor is, the nature of the mind itself, the way to recognize. Number one is way to recognize the nature of the mind and the nature of the mind itself. So there's two things, okay? So way to recognize the nature of the mind and the nature of the mind itself. Way to recognize the nature of the mind is from my predecessor's teaching. He said, Maying Migum Sume. Maying means no distraction. Migum means no meditation. And Sume means no altercation, no editing, basically. So, Maying, no distraction. Migum means no meditation. If you're trying to meditate, then you are projecting from your mind. You are projecting something. It can be a shape of any kind of form. Whether it's positive or negative, doesn't matter. You are projecting. If you are projecting with your ideas and your imagination, you are not being present. Because anything you create from your mind is already past. And the very present that you are experiencing is also past. It is not something there permanently waiting for you. So, therefore, Maying means no distraction. The meaning of no distraction means having a state of awakened mindset, sense of full and completely calm state of awareness. That's number one. Maying, Migom, means no projection from your mind. It doesn't mean don't meditate. If you're trying to meditate, if you're trying to create, something from your mind, and then that is a duality. If that is a duality, then you are no longer present. If you are no longer present, then you are not recognizing the nature of the mind. It is simply an imagination. And then, Sume means editing. Oh, maybe it's like this, maybe it's like that, maybe the nature of the mind is like this, like that, altercating. Editing too much is also the not nature of the mind. Okay, so these are the three faults that we always have and we must overcome. What is the nature of the mind itself? The nature of the mind itself is a state of the clarity. Okay, number one, a state of the clarity. The state of the clarity, the very definition of the state of the clarity is a pure and profound awareness. Pure and profound awareness. At the same time, and then at the same time, a state of knowing. State of knowing. Like an example, when we touch something in our hand, we feel our fingers, we feel our skin, we feel the hair, we feel the different shapes, right? And you have this tendency that, I am feeling my own hand, I am touching my own shape of my hand, But every singular moment of that is not, you're having an imagination, you are projecting, you are experiencing it, you are not in that moment, you are always in the stage of, uploading in your mind that, this is like this is my hand, this is the building, this is a mountain, this is a tree, this is Kalu Rinpoche, he's wearing a jacket, he has a light setup, he's doing a live teaching. All these are may not be extremely harmful, but these are still a pollution of your mind, right? So, and you think you are present, but you are not present. You are constantly surrounded and molded and, with all the projection of thoughts, right? So, state of the clarity and state of knowing. So state of knowing means simply in the state of knowing, having awareness with a profound clarity at the same time in the state of truly knowing. Truly knowing. Meaning of truly knowing means not getting to the idea of what is next, but simply being now. Not trying to be present, not trying to create the projection of idea how it is the present, or way to be present, or should be present like this or like that. Beyond that, simply being in the state of knowing. And then the state of transparency, magapa. Magapa means there's no sense of blockade, right? So when there is a very moment of projection of mind, you are in the state of transmitting so many things of projection of thoughts. And you are not experiencing the present itself. So therefore, you are absent from the, when you are in the state of the nature of the mind, you are slightly absent from all the projection of thoughts, at least the impact of all the projection of thoughts. So like Thangton Chepo said, I always like to repeat his teachings. He said that, all the projection of thoughts that you are currently experiencing is already past, but the next projection of thoughts is about arise. Between that, there's a gap. And that gap has a state of the clarity, state of knowing, state of transparency. Way to approach that is no distraction, no meditating or no projecting, and then no altercation. Okay? So that's that.